Hi, I'm Bill from CJ Pony Parts. Most people are going to replace the rear lower control arms on their SM95 Mustang for performance reasons. A high-quality aftermarket control arm is going to do a much better job of keeping the rear centered and put the power to the ground. Another reason, though, to consider replacing these is going to be general maintenance. The owner of this 2001 Bullitt behind me has racked up over 100,000 miles on this car and still has the stock control arm, so you can imagine what the condition of the factory rubber bushings is probably like. So today we're going to remove those worn-out stock control arms and replace them with this high-quality set from BMR. These high-quality BMR control arms are available in your choice of a red or a Hammertone finish and come ready to install with high-quality polyurethane greasable bushings. This particular set here is going to fit your 99 through 2004 Mustang, but 94 through 98 are also available. For this installation, they need a jack and jack stands or a lift and a pole jack, a couple of ratchets, 15mm socket, 18mm socket, 21mm socket, pry bar, and channel locks. When replacing the rear control arms, whether you're talking about replacing the lowers or the uppers, the process is basically the same. Get the car up in the air and do one at a time. So we're going to start with the passenger side rear. First step with the lowers is to get the rear sway bar out of the way. So pull the ABS clip up off of this, slide it up out of the way, and remove these two bolts. And we get a jack in place and support the rear control arm. Control arm supported, now we can remove the main bolt for the back of the control arm. And now we can carefully lower down the control arm. The spring is going to come down with it. Get the tension off, we're going to move it aside, pull it down, remove the spring. To get the front bolt off can be a little bit trickier. Many times, depending on your exhaust, your muffler might be in the way and you may have to remove it. We're going to try to actually just sneak a wrench in here and we should be able to get it off this way. Now make sure the inside here, the control arm bushing mounts, is clear of any debris. And put a little grease in there. Now we'll put the front of the control arm up into place and reinstall the bolt. Bolt through now, we're going to put the nut back on. Just get it started. We actually aren't going to tighten it down until the other side's also in place. I'm going to put the spring back into place. And grab our jack to lift it up in. There's a good possibility the rear may have shifted a little bit, so you may have to grab a pry bar here to help you line everything up. What we're going to do is actually lift the suspension from the center. You see that's seemingly what the rear is going to be like when it has load on it, and then we're going to tighten everything down. You can tighten them down all the way, but there's a possibility you could create a binding issue with the control arm. So this is a lot safer way to do it. Once it's tightened down, you want to repeat the process on the other side. Once you complete the process on the other side, before we can reinstall our sway bar, this tab here has to be bent straight. Or you can cut it off, either way. Once everything's tightened down, we can reinstall our rear sway bar. It's installed just like the factory did inside of each control arm. Make sure you don't forget the brackets for the e-brake cables. Just get all the bolts started before you tighten it down. Once everything's tightened up, you carefully reinstall the ABS line, and your installation's finished. High-quality lower control arms like these BMRs are a great choice for performance applications or even for a daily driver like this where the stock parts are pretty much worn out. As far as maintenance goes, the Zerk fittings on these are nice because down the road if you have any kind of noise, it's easy to add some more grease to them. Installation's not too bad. Take around 3 hours total, so you'll be back on the road in no time.